So you're going to use lead V1 to focus on, but you can also use V1, V2, V3. Those are the three leads that are affected in the right bundle. So you may not see clear rabbit ears in V1, but you might see them in V2 or V3. So look at V3, which is right here. You see how you have two R waves? You see the rabbit ears there? Right there? R, S, R. Then it comes back down. You see the little bit here, you have a little bit of an R wave. Remember, our first upward deflection, as tiny as it may be, is an R wave. So it goes up, down, and up again. You see that? Okay. And so if we think this is the right bundle, we're going to go down here. It's not as wide as the last one we saw, but you see how the S wave is not hugging the QRS, it's sort of pulled away from it. What's the right bundle versus a left bundle? If you kind of look at them like this a few times, you kind of see how different they look. Right? So in the left bundle, you have a big slurred S wave instead of the nice cute little R wave. Okay? With a big R wave here instead of the slurred S wave. And you have ST elevation. Especially right here, if you look at this lead, look where this point where the T wave, the ST segment is way pulled up. If you just looked at these two leads by themselves, you could say, whoa, this patient's having a acute heart attack. Unfortunately, it's part of the left bundle, and you can't really say. You're going to see a little bit of that in just a minute. What it means when somebody has a heart attack. Okay? So that's a left bundle. So, should be the other way around. Sorry. So, first degree AV block. I just have a couple of examples I want to show you. All it is a prolongation of the PR interval. Okay? Remember, she sleeps in the second bedroom because she can't handle the CPAP machine. Or because, that's maybe wearing off in the marriage. Okay? So rather than the P wave sort of hugging that QRS because it's supposed to be very close, it's further away. Okay? There's more space between the P and the QRS. It's a sign of early conduction disease, but this is not something that's treated. You don't do anything about it. The cardiologist or the physician should be aware of it, because this can deteriorate down the road over the years into something else. Okay? Here we have another example of a first degree. Okay? At first glance, is this fast or slow? Regular or irregular? Looks pretty regular. Do we have P waves? Yes. Those are the three questions you're going to ask yourself every time you look at the PV. First three questions. Look at V1.
Can't tell.
Can't tell?
P wave.
It's because the P wave is nowhere close to the QRS. I think she sleeps in the third bedroom over. So there's your QRS, and there is your P wave. QRS, P wave. So you see how far away? That P wave is almost in the QRS, in the T wave. That's a very long first degree, very long. That's a first degree AV block. So when they're that long, you want to be careful having the patient on rate-slowing medications because that could make it worse. So there's P waves, but it wasn't really expected to be, right? Questions?
Is the QRS, is that normally that wide? With first degree?
No, this has nothing to do with the first degree. That's a secondary issue.
Okay.
This patient that has a wide QRS, and it's a bundle branch pattern. Left bundle branch pattern. Okay. So then we have something called hypertrophy, which is a voltage problem. It's when the heart muscle gets thick and blood pressure is the most common cause of this. And what you see are really tall QRS complexes. They are so tall at top and bottom when they run into each other on an EKG. You can't even tell where the bottom of the S wave is and the top of the R wave between the different Ds. Okay. And they are very classic. This is a very classic pattern. There's ST changes again associated, just like you have with the bundle branch blocks, that are part of the LVH, the voltage problem, rather than an ischemic problem. Ischemia would be diminished heart flow. Okay? So here's an example of that. Okay, this is LVH. I mean, you can't even, where in the heck does this end and start? You can't even barely tell. These are humongous QRS voltage. By the way, this is also that underground. Which is why the QRS is low. And you have those ST elevations. So you can have more than one problem at the same time. But these tall QRS voltages is a sign of LVH. You see that, and you might want to ask the patient, have you had high blood pressure? How long have you had high blood pressure? Patients have never had high blood pressure before. I wish you know. Okay. Because that's not a normal pattern. Usually because of high blood pressure. Or maybe if they've had like VSDs, ventricular septal defects, or any kind of congenital heart disease where the heart had to work really hard, and so over the years they develop thicker heart muscle and they get LVH. Okay. We're going to shift gear again. Talk a little bit about coronary blood flow. So we're going to talk about ischemia and ST segments. A little reminder, we have three main coronary arteries. One is on the right, called the right coronary artery. On the left we have the so-called left main, which then splits into the LAD, the left anterior descending, and the circumflex artery. And they supply different territories of heart muscle. So we talk about MIs or ischemia in terms of various distributions. We can say it's the RCA territory, or it's the inferior leads, or whatever. So there's various ways of classifying things. But we gotta, just like before we had a picture of the conduction in our head, for this we gotta have a little bit of the blood flow in our head too. Right? Definition is important. ST depression. ST segment pulled down below our imaginary line equals ischemia, diminished blood flow. Okay? ST elevation is an injury pattern. That means we're actually having heart muscle cells that die. They're dying off for whatever reason. A STEMI, ST segment elevation MI, is the old Q wave MI. You may have heard this expression, maybe in old textbooks. Okay, we've changed the terminology because we don't see Q wave MIs much anymore. At least in this country we don't, because of education, people understand now. They have to come. They have chest pain. They have to come to the hospital quick. Okay, over the last decade or so, I think in general we've done a good job of educating people. So we rarely see Q wave MIs because people don't sit at home anymore and waiting for 3 days before they come in. Okay? And so they've been reclassified as ST segment elevation MIs. Those are the MIs. They show up in the emergency room. That first EKG tells you that they have a problem. That pattern is there immediately, and they have to be in the cath lab and have that vessel open up within 90 minutes. Okay? Those are the ones. Those are the scary ones. Those are the ones that will kill people quick. Now, a non-STEMI is an MI that is diagnosed by enzymes, by blood work. Because the EKG doesn't tell you much. You could have a normal EKG and actually have a non-ST segment elevation MI. And that's the old so-called non-Q wave MI. Well, since we don't really have Q waves either way anymore, we did away with that terminology. But it's hard to